So here's a coupling base. This is a pretty difficult drawing, and the reason why it's so difficult is because there's a lot of circles, a lot of extrusions, a lot of cuts. It's kind of a mess. However, we're going to get through it together. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create 2 points, and they're going to be 2.5 apart, away from each other. I'm going to start there. So let's go to create a new file, standard IPT again. Start 2D sketch, XY plane. And so all I'm going to do is I'm going to create a point. I'm going to kind of put it on this axis right here. Right click, hit OK. I'm going to dimension these 2 points. So again, I got 2 points. I'm going to dimension it to 2.5. Enter. So that's going to kind of get us rolling a little bit. So again, that's the 2 points there, 2.5. Now I have some radiuses. I got a radius, the inside radius is 0.5 and the outside radius is 1. So we're essentially going to create 2 circles. And I'm going to do 0.5, enter. I'm going to do the same thing over here, 0.5, enter. And I'm going to make another circle. And instead of doing another circle, I'm going to show you a cool little trick called the offset. So offset, what it's going to do is when you click, it's going to ask you to draw another circle, and we just want to make it 0.25 away from this in one direction, and that's actually going to give us a diameter. Right click, hit OK. Delete this. You don't have to do this. You can just kind of watch what I'm doing right now. Delete that. But this diameter is going to be 1, is actually what we need. So instead of drawing a circle of 1, I could do an offset as well. Over here, I'll just do I do want you to do this, but I'm going to create a big size circle. Here's another little trick. This is called the equal constraint, and I'm going to select this one, and I want this one to be equal. And so basically it made that this circle is equal to this circle. So if I dimension this circle now, I'd also have 1. It's just saying I'm adding too many, I'm over constraining, which is fine because I don't need that. Anyways, so there's a couple different tricks using constraints. Again, the equal constraint as well as the offset. Getting back into the drawing. So I gotta have, I'm going to extrude this out, the big circle from the little circle, and I'm going to extrude that out. 0.5 is this height right here. So I'm going to hit finish sketch. I'm going to extrude. I'm going to click on this one, and it's going to be 0.5, 0.5, hit enter. So that's kind of get me the 2 little circles there. From that, now what we're going to do is we're going to select, or we're going to create, so now I'm going to create a new 2D sketch. I'm going to select just this circle here, and I'm going to make a rectangle. I'm going to start this rectangle, and I'm going to go to this point here. I'm also going to do the same thing up top. And basically, I'm going to cut these later, so I'm going to grab this line, go from there to there with it. And so basically, this is this section here, and I'm going to extrude both of these out, and then I'm going to cut this line. So this, again, is going to be a height of 0.5, so I'm going to hit finish sketch. I'm going to extrude it. Click, click, and you flip the direction. It's going to be 0.5, and it's going to be a joint. So I'm going to hit OK. So it kind of gets this little thing going. Alright, I'm just going to use my view cube so I can see it in the position that's shown. So now I have to cut this section out here, which is the 1.25. So I'm going to start a 2D sketch, click on here. And I hate the way it gets you a view that it's kind of obnoxious almost. There we go. I'm just going to work my way through it using the home button. Work your way through it. Click a rectangle. And we need it to be 1.25, and it's got to be kind of in the center point. So we're going to go make a box 1.25 and hit enter. Now coming over here, I'm just going to dimension this point to the center point here of the circle. And we just got to change this to 0.625. The reason we're changing to 0.625 is because that's the difference of 1.25 minus, or 2.5 minus 1.25, divide that by in half is 0.625. So we're going to finish sketch. I'm going to hit the home button again. I'm going to click this angle so I can get back to this angle. And I'm going to extrude it out like that. Now one thing I have is the circles right here. I need to also cut those because those don't exist. So I'm going to do that now by doing a start 2D sketch. Go from the top. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to make a box. And this box is going to go from this point here to that point right there. So it'd be the top of this, the top of the circle to the bottom of this circle. Hit finish sketch. I'm going to extrude this down, and I'm going to use the cut tool. Hit OK. So that gets me pretty much the shape that we want. The only thing we have to add is this top section right here. Alright, so now we're going to so what I just realized, and I actually want to take a minute because I kind of messed up, but I want to show you how if you mess up you can go back and fix it. So what just happened is I just realized that these are radiuses and not diameters. So we did a radius or a diameter of 1, and this is radius. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back into the Inventor, and we're going to go to that sketch, and here's your browser. Make sure you can get this browser up. If your browser is not available, click View User Interface and make sure the browser's checked. But what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our original extrusion or extrusion 1, and we're going to double click on the sketch. And we have diameters of 1, so we need a radius of 1. So we're just going to change these diameters to 2. And we're going to change this radius to 1. Okay. Change this radius to 1 again. Finish sketch. And what's cool about it is because this got changed, it actually went through and actually changed each part to make it coexist to this sketch, which is really kind of neat. So it's kind of nice having, you know, a screw up, we could still fix it and it still looks perfect. Okay, so now that's fixed. Now we're going to go into this section. This section is kind of difficult as well. What we need to do is we need to get in the middle again. So we got to get in the middle. We're going to make a box. And this box, this distance is going to be the 0.125. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back over here. Start to sketch. We're going to click on here. And we're going to kind of use the box here, or the line we've already created. And we're going to click. And we're going to kind of, you're going to notice I'm not clicking, but I'm kind of dragging up. Like so. Click. Hit finish sketch. Now what we want to do, I did a finish sketch because what I want is we need to do an extrusion of 0.5 as a box. So extrude this 0.5, hit OK. And so that gets me this 0.5 here. Now what we're going to do for this part is we're actually going to use the arc tool. So I'm going to come in here, start 2D sketch. I'm going to click on this section here. Don't like this view because it's not the view I'm looking at it. So I'm going to kind of rotate my view. I'm like a habit of actually always seeing my part in exactly the same way as the initial drawing. So now I'm going to do an arc. I'm going to actually click the bottom here. I'm going to draw an arc, and this arc's going to be click to click. And then here is my radius. My radius is, I think it's 0.625. So I'm just going to type a radius 0.625, hit enter. And once I have my arc, I need to create a line so I can finish this part. And I just need to basically click a line from this point to this point, hit finish sketch. And I'm going to extrude that to the back. Okay. So that gets me roughly the whole part, except for the only thing I'm missing is a circle. The circle is going to be in the center. So if I go to Star 2D Sketch, I'm going to click here. I'm going to click a circle. Now what I'm going to kind of do is, from this point here, I already have the point, because it's the center of that line. It's the center of this radius. So I'm going to click on that, and this diameter, I believe, is 0.5. 0.5, hit enter. Finish sketch. Hit extrude. Go to the back, hit OK. Save this one. This was a very difficult part. I actually think this is probably the most difficult part we've done this far. I know it took me a couple tries to figure this one out, so make sure you save this because you don't want to have to do this one again.